listeners, welcome to another episode of Romance Unraveled. This is one of your co-hosts, Jacob Bozen. Today we have a very special friend with us. Her name is Ina Moiseeva, and Ina and I met in Ukraine in 2021, right before the war started in Ukraine. And we met under kind of funny, interesting circumstances that we'll tell you the story about today. But yeah, I'm here with Ina now. I flew up to Vancouver this weekend to visit her and see the city that she moved to. So Ina, let's have you introduce yourself.
Hello, guys. My name is Ina, and we are here in Vancouver right now. We'll tell you a really great story about one of our friend, Vladimir. Let's call him Vladimir. Yeah. If not this person, we would never met. Maybe. Yeah.
We never would have met ever. So we owe him this. And he's great. He's a great guy. I think he's still super cute. I think you think the same. We would do anything to be with him. But yeah, let's first have you start telling your story from your perspective until the moment that you and I both met with Vladimir.
Yeah, I started attending English classes, and on my second grade in the English school, I met him, Vladimir. He was staring on me like he wanted me right in this class.
What made you think that he wanted you? Like, he was just staring at you, or was it something more than that?
Yeah, we even didn't speak. We didn't speak at all at that moment. And he was just staring at me all the time, like every minute of the class. It was like the duration of the class were 2 hours or maybe even more. And all of this time, we were staring at each other.
Did that ever mess up with your learning of English? Like, were you both paying attention more to each other than you actually were learning English? I would assume not, because your English is very good.
I wasn't. Yes, of course. I didn't pay attention what teacher said. I just was staring at him. Yeah, this story will compromise me. My ex-boyfriend will kill me maybe, but it's fine. No. Yeah, and we haven't speak with him at all, like for 2 weeks maybe, and then
You and Vladimir.
me and Vladimir, yeah, and then we decided to go to the metro station together, and we spoke just for a couple of minutes, like maybe 5 minutes, and I felt that I fell in love with him, really, because he is so unusual person. He was flirting with me 100%, and I never met
He's
such
a model.
crazy.
He's like a
He's
model.
a model, yeah.
He is legitimately a model. He does boxing. He's super muscular. He's charismatic. It's everything. It's a whole package.
Yeah, and I thought, oh my god, what's a cute man. I never met a man like him. And then at the end, I just realized that he wants everything, like trees, people, man, woman, I don't know, animals. Yeah, I think so. He is too sexual, too, like, maybe sex addicted, like a drug addict.
He could be. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, he looks like.
So he flat out told you that he was bisexual. Is that something, or did you find that out some other way?
Yeah, I found it out when we met.
He told you?
No, me and you.
Oh.
You told me your story.
Yes, I told you, I remember.
And I just understood, oh my god, what's a keyborg?
Yeah. Okay. you met with him. You've pretty much fallen in love with him after you talked with him the first time at the metro. Did you keep just seeing him at class after that point?
Yes, yes, I kept seeing him in a class. We did pretty the same. We just staring at each other, no talk, nothing, just staring. mm, when we was in pair, when you have this exercise and you need a partner for it, when we was together, it was a torture because we needed to do something, but I couldn't do anything. Like just sitting next to him, watching at him, you can't do anything.
Yeah, yeah.
Just thinking about his face, and maybe not only face. Oh, yeah. So how you met him?
So my host family that I stayed with in Ukraine, my host brother's girlfriend's friend had a birthday party, and I was invited to the birthday party, and so I was getting ready to go, and my host brother's girlfriend messaged me, and she said that there's going to be some gay guys there, and she'll point them out to me and tell me who they are. So I'm like, okay, this is gonna be fun. So we show up at the girl's house for the birthday party, and we came up with this code word to call them balloons. So whenever the gay guys would walk in, they'd look at me and they would say balloons, just so like I knew who they were. In walked a first guy, named, we can call him
Andrei?
Andre. Okay, we'll call him Andre. And so Andre walks in and they say balloon, and I wasn't quite into Andre. He seemed very like bubbly and there for the party, like he was there to drink, he was there to dance, and he certainly danced a lot, so I wasn't really into it. And then the second person that walks in is Vladimir. And he is gorgeous. He's like we described him, super cute, muscular, stylish, the whole everything. And he of course caught my eye a lot. So the whole night, like, I am like pursuing Vladimir, like, really good. And I go and talk to him on the balcony of the girl's apartment, and we're just there one on one, and he's asking me about America, and I'm telling him like why I'm there in Ukraine, and we probably spent at least 2 hours together, just him and I on the balcony. It was nobody else. And then he asked me for my phone number and told me that he wanted to like meet up with me and everything. So that was super duper exciting. The following week, I get a message from him saying that he wanted to meet me at a cafe that had like, it was like a hookah lounge. I don't do hookah, but people do. And I was like, okay, yeah, anything you ask me to do, I'm going to do because you're super attractive. Let's do everything. Whatever you say. And so I show up, and it wasn't just him and I. It was what
Andre.
we called Andre. It was Andre, me, and
And
Ina.
me! Surprise!
So that whole night, we just sat there and talked about everything, and I am like a very open person. Like, I kind of bring out a lot about, I guess you could say, controversial topics in people. I don't know. I just am good at it, and I knew that Andre and Vladimir were on the gay spectrum. And I would imagine that it was something that they didn't really talk about a lot, being in the former Soviet Union. I would imagine it's something they didn't really talk about openly in public with anybody because it wasn't super accepting, or I don't know. It just seemed kind of like a taboo topic there, and so I thought it would be interesting to talk about it with people that didn't grow up in a place like me. So we talked about it, and this is the moment that Ina found out that Vladimir was bisexual.
Yeah, and you are gay, and the Andrei
Is gay.
as well.
Yeah.
Because when Vladimir invited me to this meeting, I had no idea that I will meet you, like gay guy, another gay guy, and I had no idea that Vladimir is bisexual. I had no idea. He just told me, let's go to have some drinks with American. So because we like take English classes, so maybe let's go. It will be good for our like
For your
practice,
English, yeah.
for our English, yeah. And I said, yeah, okay, why not? I
Yeah.
had a boyfriend. I had everything, and it was just for fun. I wasn't going to have anything with him. Just it was he was like my crush, but I would never sleep with him. Especially after I knew all like spectrum of information about him.
Yeah, so at this point, we get Ina finds this out. She's probably shocked inside, even though that she
Yeah.
didn't really show it at the cafe that we were at. I was having the time of my life because there was the first Andre, and then there was Vladimir, and I grew to more like Andre a little bit more. I still liked Vladimir the most, but like both of them were options for me at this point. And so at the end of our like meetup at the cafe, we both Ina and I needed to go to the same metro. So we're walking to the metro, we're just talking about the night and everything that happened, and I think that you brought up
Yes,
Vladimir,
it was me.
and you told me you started laughing, and you said, "I have to tell you something."
Yes, it was me. It was definitely me. I just told you that, oh my god, I like Vladimir so badly. And you started laughing and told me the same.
We were probably laughing so hard in this metro station that people were looking at us thinking that we were Looney Tune crazy, because in Ukraine, people don't really do the laugh in public. Like, you don't
Yes.
smile, you don't do any of that. It's a cultural thing. And I honestly think I prefer it in a way. And so here we are, laughing our asses off in the metro station, and everyone's looking at us being like, what is your problem? Like, are you mentally not there?
Yeah, maybe it will sound rude, but in my school, I never met like somebody from LGBTQ community. Really, it's not so common in Ukraine, or maybe people are not so free.
Yes, that's what it is. It's very common,
Yeah.
at least when I was there. I
Yeah.
had my fair share of
Yeah.
run-ins.
Their society is not free.
Right, yeah, so
Not-
people
not-
are kind of
not
scared.
like here.
Yeah, for sure. I don't
Yeah.
think that they're like, no, they are scared, but it's more like they exist. It's
Yeah,
just, it's kind
yeah,
of like an underground sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so at this point, we're laughing off like our asses so hard. And we're like, oh my gosh, we have to like go to lunch in the next few days and talk about this, because I had my own experiences with Vladimir. Ina had her own experiences, and we were going to kind of cross them to see what lined up, to see what he was telling you and what he was telling me, and if he was like seeing both of us as options at this point. So a few days later, I tell Ina, let's go get Indian food. And she had never had Indian food to this point, because it's not a thing that they do in Ukraine. Indian food is seen as something that's very gross and like dirty.
Yeah.
But I'm like, no, just trust me, like it's super, super good.
Jacob opened this like Indian food world for me,
Yeah,
and now I love Indian food.
so
Really,
good.
so great.
Yeah,
We had yesterday, we had Indian food. as well,
yes,
yeah.
yeah,
It was so good.
yeah. So we show up to this Indian restaurant, and I think we just started laughing when we saw each other. And we sit down and we're showing each other our like messages on our Telegram and Instagram. Telegram is like a messaging service for those of you who don't know. They use it in Eastern Europe. And At this point, we're both realizing that Vladimir is completely playing the two of us, but like he's doing it very well.
Yeah, he's doing this perfect. He should give lessons, like give classes of pickup or how we can name it. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
He's professor
He's a professor of love.
in this field. Yeah.
But really, all it had to do, it was really just about how attractive he was. I mean, he wasn't necessarily good at playing us. It was more we didn't care that he was playing us because he was so hot.
Yeah.
Play us all you want.
I guess it's his nature, you know. He's playing with everybody and it has all the skills inside him. Like it's his main skill. Maybe he find a new job using this skill. I don't know, because he's so good in it.
Yeah.
Who taught him?
Who
this
taught
skill?
him? Yeah. So after we met and we exchanged like what our experiences were with Vladimir, he had continued to invite me solely and invite Ina solely together, but he had no idea at this point that we had talked or even met. After our first meeting at the cafe, he had not a clue about any of it. And so I, of course, show up to all the things that he invites me to. Ina shows up to all the things that he invites her to. And we're just both like, it wasn't like we were competing for him at all. It was more like we were sharing our stories and our experiences. Like we were giving each other updates almost every single day about what happened. And honestly, I guess our competition was to see who could probably kiss him first.
Yeah, he was playing dangerous because if he wanted someone like from you or me, it was a mistake to to meet in this company, like you, me, him, and this guy, Andrei. It was
Right.
it was a big mistake of him.
And the funny thing about it all is Andre had a huge crush on Vladimir. Huge crush.
Really?
Yes. And I
He
ended up...
told you?
Yes, on Insta. Well, he didn't tell me directly. The friend who had the birthday party, she told me on Instagram that he had a huge crush on Vladimir. So I had a crush on both of them because they're both they're both models. Honestly, they both really are.
Yeah.
But yeah, at this point, we had just we're seeing who can kiss him first, and I remember he had invited me out to some like bar or something one evening, and we were out probably until 2 or 3 in the morning, and he got pretty drunk, and I at this time I didn't really drink at all, and I really still don't that much, and the bar had closed, and him and I were walking out in the middle of Ukraine in Kharkov in the dark. And we're just walking, and he's kind of drunk, and I'm like more of his chauffeur at this point. And he's like, we should go take a walk in the dark, like in the darkest
Oh.
area of the area that we were in. And I'm like, my heart starts pumping, and I'm thinking, hell yes, let's do this. Let's go to the most dark place we can find. So we go over there, and he's like, oh my gosh, it's so scary. And like he was waiting for me to like do something, like to kiss him. And he even like got close to me and everything, but of course I don't know why I should have, but I never did it. I never did it. And then
Why?
the taxi that I had scheduled came and picked me up, and I went home. So I never did it, and he gave me a few chances to do it.
Why didn't you invited him to your place?
Because I had to get up super early in the morning. I had to go to a monastery, like at probably 6 in the morning. So I was out until like 2 or 3 in the morning. Had to go at 6 in the morning, and so I was just like, when I get home, I'm going straight to bed, and that will be the end of it. But yeah, so he gave me a few chances to kiss him that evening, especially in the dark area that he was so scared in apparently, and got super close to me in. And then my taxi showed up, so it didn't happen. But yeah, that's like my side of the story. I mean, it didn't really end there. It kind of kept continuing for you, even after I had come home to the United States.
I had one more story. I just remember. So he invited me to the bar as well. I don't remember the name of this bar. And he invited me. We went to the underground bar. We spent some time together. If I'm not mistaken, we drank something, like some cocktails. And he started saying me stuff like, maybe we should leave this place and go somewhere. I'm a good girl. I had a boyfriend, so I never like went with him to his place or never invited him to my place, of course. But at some moment I thought about it really, because he is so pretty, gorgeous, like unusual man, really. Yeah, so that's interesting.
Yeah.
He did almost the same.
Yep. Yeah, we got our chances and we didn't take them even though we practically begged for them. So I come back home to the United States and kind of lost contact a little bit with him for a little bit. But then he would message me asking me how I was doing and what I was up to. And about a year after I had returned home, he messaged me and he said, "Jacob, did I do something to offend you? Like, we don't talk like we used to." And I'm thinking, no, like, I didn't, like, no, like, you didn't offend me at all. And he said, "Oh, good. I just feel like we're communicating less emotionally." And I'm thinking, oh, that is so funny. So I told him, and he probably knew at this point anyway, but I told him, I said, "Ha ha ha, like, I had a huge crush on you when I was in Ukraine." And he's like, "Wow, that is so cute," and like saying all these sorts of things that made it like seem like almost like he had wished it had turned into something when we were there. I don't know, maybe he doesn't think that, but I would like to think that he thinks that.
Yeah. What about me? When I just knew that he wrote both me and Jacob, I just lost my interest, because I'm a bit naive about men and about love. And yeah, I couldn't imagine that he could be like a bi person. So yeah, I just lost my interest and we stopped talking, we stopped communicating, and that's it. So he continued speaking with you, like chatting with you. Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess that ends the story, is that we neither of us really got what we wanted, even though we both begged for it, and he gave us every chance in the world to get it.
Yeah, but he didn't do any like step.
Right, it was always him. Well, I guess the steps that he would take was to like invite us to do things, and we always did things with him. But he wanted us to take like the steps to like make it physical, I guess you could say.
Yeah, but we never did anything, right?
No. So here we are in Vancouver, dreaming about our times in Ukraine and Vladimir.
Yeah, Vladimir, Andrei.
Okay, well, I think that will wrap up our episode. Thanks, Ina, for coming on. It was super fun to have you.
Thank you, Jacob.
For our people who listen to us, remember to follow us on Instagram and Facebook. You can find us at Romance Unraveled. And then we are streaming wherever you get your podcasts. So we have iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. Until next time.